Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today I want to share with you how you can use the Sunburst, it's also called the Starburst technique, not only in your card making but also in your scrapbook paging. This is, you can check out my video on how to make this card. We're going to use the same basic technique, so I'm not going to go, step by step. Check out this video on this. But also I wanted to show how you can take a card idea and make it into a scrapbook page or vice versa. I'm primarily a paper scrapbooker, and so that's what I'm doing. And of course you could so do this through my digital studio as well. Okay, so here's one that I did of my goddaughter using Modern Medley, and I have it centered and I have it matted so it could go into an 11 or an 8.5 by 11 photo frame. Here's one with using sweater weather paper. Again, you can really maximize your designer papers. You can make some scrapbook pages, use some scraps to make cards, but that's a 12 by 12, a very traditional. And here's one. I kind of picked up this birch tree look, and I was like, oh my goodness, the paper that's in, I'm walking away real quick here. The paper that is in the Thankful table setting kit, I used some of it, but I had these yummy strips left over. And when I saw Jillian's birch tree, I'm like, oh, I'm so going to use those strips to make a scrapbook page. Okay, so let's go ahead and, again, you've seen or you can see how the cards go together, and let's put together a scrapbook page. Basically what I want to do is make something similar to this and then apply it to a 12 by 12. So look how striking that is. Oh, cool. I have to see what Jillian's favorite color is that she would want to pop it. Maybe your school color on the back of it. Okay, sorry about that. I digress. So that's the look I'm going to go with. And we're going to use Birthday Basic Scrap or Designer Series paper for this. And if you happen to see this, this is just one of the cardboard backing that comes in the designer paper. And I've got this trimmed down to 8 1/4 by 10 3/4 because I want to use this then. This will be my matting piece that'll go over my standard 8.5 by 11 sheet. This is all going to be covered up, so either use the back of your designer paper packet, the cardboard that comes in that, or maybe a color in your stash that you're not that crazy with. Okay, so I took the Birthday Basic paper that I wanted to use, and I cut it down into, I cut it down to a 3 by 6 rectangle, and then I trimmed it on the diagonal. And just do a handful of them, enough to make your sunburst around. And what I like to do is use the Stampin' Up glue stick. So I've got the glue stick, and again, this is just the same as in the card if you watch that video. I'm going to go all over the backing cardstock piece, or again in this case the cardboard backing that came with it. Getting most of it covered. Get my cap, excuse me. And what I like to do is start on the upper quadrant, I guess, and I'm going to lightly arrange my paper, my little triangle pieces. Don't want to press down too firmly until I'm sure. And we're going to bring it so that the point is kind of in the center, but not to worry. We're not going to worry about it being too perfect because we're going to cover it up with our embellishment centerpiece. Okay, so I've got it started. This is like a real celebratory type of page. And I'm just going to put these triangle wedges with the point heading to the middle, kind of in the center here. Wanting to make sure, put this behind here, that we go all the way to over the edge of the corner. We're going to trim off all of this excess, but we want to make sure that we get complete coverage of our background. Okay, see how these aren't meeting up? No big deal. Oh, I forgot to mention too that I do have a couple of little wedge pieces here. This was a 1.5 by 6 inch piece of paper that, again, I cut on the diagonal. Sometimes you need little kind of almost shim pieces so that our sunburst goes around the way that we want. Okay, so I'm just alternating the patterns here, making sure that the edges are butting up. And when I come to about the middle of each side, I want to have it be fairly straight, and these were my little wedge pieces come in. And I can sew, like, see here I'm overlapping this a little bit. If you need to do that, that's perfect to try to get that to, again, kind of come so that it's somewhat parallel. And I don't have my scissors in reach, but I'm just going to tear this because it's going to get covered up. Okay, and I'm going to continue going around until I get it all done, and then I'll check back in. So I have all of my little wedge pieces put in with the exception of the last one. And I'm going to just put that in there with the point going towards the middle. And now I want to press real firmly with all of our little wedge sunburst pieces. And when you flip it over, it's going to have all of this overhang, which is exactly what we want. We want to make sure that our little matting piece is completely covered with our sunburst. And with your craft scissors, just follow along the edge of the 8 1/4 by 10 3/4 matting piece. And we're going to trim off all of the overhang. So I'll just keep trimming. I don't know if I said it, but I'm using my craft scissors for this. It goes a little faster. Whoops. If that happens, no big deal. We just want to turn around and add a little more glue to our piece. Kind of do a little bit of, I guess, surgery, so to speak. There we go. Just wasn't on really good. And we'll continue cutting the last side off. Alrighty. So now we have this really cool, super cool looking sunburst layer. So what I want to do next is I'm going to play around a little bit with the dimensions of Jillian's picture. Kind of have a little fun and offsetty. So I'm going to take my Tombow and we'll put a little bit of adhesive on it. I'm going to have them go either way. This one is in Tempting Turquoise. Again, it kind of matches the background that she has there. Going to take some more of this Calypso Coral. And, you know, if we wanted to, we could, you know, mat it. I have my other ones matted, so I'm kind of playing around with the different layout look. And then take her beautiful photo. Her dad is a professional photographer, which is why these look so awesome. And we'll put Jillian's photo down. Love it, love it, love it. So now we have, like, again, this could be matted and framed with that. But instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and keep doing our matting like you do when you make a card or a scrapbook page. Using Tombow on the back of this. Isn't that a great use of the piece of protective cardboard that comes with the designer paper? Love it. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Cute, cute, cute. Pull that down just a little bit. And then one more layering. I'm going to go ahead and put that onto our 12 by 12 piece of Tempting Turquoise. That can be purchased, the 12 by 12s, in the assorted pack with your cardstock. And you know, we could even do some offsetting. Let's see. Oh, we'll just do straight on. Okay, so now I've got my goddaughter's senior pictures all scrapbooked, and they all are going to have this corresponding sunburst technique, which I love it for, especially a person. Your eyes are just drawn right to the subject matter. So again, here's some, you know, the sunburst is coming in towards her, and it just really highlights and makes it the focus of your page. So that's how you can utilize this technique in your scrapbook pages, and also how you can see you can use some of Stampin' Up's designer paper and their cardstock, since everything's matching coordinates so perfectly. And also how you can take a card idea and make it into a scrapbook page. All right, thanks for watching everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.